What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of More Than Conversation, where we do life together.
And talk about it.
All right, I'm here with my sophisticated and amazing co-host.
Oh, okay. It's your girl, Ev. What's up?
Yeah, you see, it's your boy Ash. Take it easy.
Yeah, you know, it's your boy Trey.
And if we did it my way, we'll do this every day. Not the creep voice, though. Not
Of
the
course.
That's the creep voice, bro.
Your house.
Well, you already know. We building a relationship. It's Lexton. One more time.
Why you gotta? This is not your R&B album, so what do you?
I can give them.
This is not your SoundCloud.
He just
mixtape.
trying to
but
make it
listen,
personal.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
like,
you trying to get in the zone?
He's getting
I'm in the
intimate
zone.
Oh,
with
into
his
go
audience.
ahead.
I already in the zone. So
Oh.
I'm just trying to make sure everybody feeling my energy.
You're not relaxed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
we getting familiar. The listeners, we getting familiar right now.
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
understood.
So how y'all day been?
You know, it was good. My day was, you know, I played some flag football with the church.
Yeah.
group.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it was nice, you know. The kids had fun and the leaders were just getting together and bonding and stuff. I mean, it wasn't much conversations, but it was nice.
I see you
Like,
got the fresh cut too, bro.
Y'all see
Yeah,
how
yeah,
he
yeah,
looking
it was good, it was good, it was
delicious.
I come in before the podcast, and this boy walking around on cloud 9.
10.
Mm-hmm.
But this
Okay.
haircut fresh
Yeah, bro. If you fresh, you fresh.
to death. You feel me?
I didn't even say anything.
You don't have to say.
You
I
didn't have
saw
to.
it.
It's in your.
saw
It's
it,
in
bro.
your. It's in the way that you move
It
when
was
you
the
get a
air.
fresh. His aura, you know, your energy is giving. I know I look handsome because I got the fresh.
It's
boy,
giving Super Saiyan 3.
You need
You
hair
know,
for
you
that,
could, you
bro.
could, you
I'm
could
saying.
sense, you could,
I'm
you could
saying.
sense it.
Anyway, my day was pretty chill. I worked today. You know, I didn't get to go enjoy the kiddies and the flag football and the activities or whatever. But it was a pretty good day at work. Had some time with me and God, just chit chatting while I work. Got some nice quiet time. You know, it was solid per usual.
Amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get that QT in.
That QT is correct.
That QT.
Yeah, well, for me, nothing special to write home about. I just ran a couple errands today. So I was on the road for a bunch of it. But I managed to get some game time in, so
You
was
look
good on my
sleepy
part.
right now. Like you look like you are so ready to just like.
exactly. Because driving is exhausting when you're out all day.
Yeah.
I feel that I don't like
Mhm.
being out all day, but I like being out all day. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
AI controlled cars, you know, we need it.
I don't think so.
I'm joking. We don't. We don't.
Tesla
No,
already.
no, it's a joke.
We're
we don't need
good.
it.
Don't even. What about you? How was your day?
Boy.
I can need. Yeah, I can need you to get a little close up on that.
I didn't start my answer.
No, but you still was.
I didn't
You've
start
been
my
talking
answer.
far away from the mic
I
the whole
didn't
time.
start my answer.
We're not gonna start our brotherly, sisterly back and forth.
I didn't start it. But I'm going to end it right here. So, I mean, I get up. I going to get an oil change because mine are free right now. Still.
That's lit.
Yeah, but they say it was going to take 5 hours, so I wasn't waiting for that. So I tell them I was going to come back later, like Tuesday or something.
Oh.
At that
Yeah.
point, you might as well change your own oil.
Yeah, but I need to change the lug nuts too on my tires. So I need to get like 19 new ones.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. I don't even know what those are. Actually, I think I do.
You can find out.
Car tutorials coming soon.
Okay, so today we wanted to talk about, I wanted to bring up the fear of missing out, also known as FOMO.
FOMO. FOMO. An expansion on the Hi, I'm Normal series. So this will be episode dose of our Hi, I'm Normal series. And yeah,
Yes,
We
we're
about to
normal, and this is episode
hit y'all with
2.
the FOMO. And if you've watched our previous 2 episodes, you know one of the people at this table that has dealt with and is still dealing with FOMO and talks about it all the time is this guy.
I mean, yeah, true. But I'm sure we all had, not fair, but I mean, like, we felt left out.
Fear of missing out. Like the fear part ain't like a scary fear.
Yeah. Okay.
They need
Yeah.
to
Probably.
change- they
Probably
need to
all of
change
us
the-
have. Yes.
They need to change the fear
All of us
to like
has-
anxiety.
Yeah,
they
they
kinda- I think it's
we've
more
all
and
dealt
anxiety.
with
like
it.
an
Yeah,
anxiety feel, like oh my
we've
god,
all
I'm
dealt with
missing
it.
out.
Like,
Of course.
you know that meme with Ralph looking out the window, or Squidward looking out the window with
And
SpongeBob and
Patrick.
Patrick like running and playing.
Yeah.
That's the FOMO. That's
That's it.
the
Or like
FOMO view.
The SpongeBob episode when SpongeBob and Patrick were in a box and they were using their
Imagination.
imagination, and Squidward was just like,
Salty.
he was hot up to get in that box.
And when he got in the box, bro, he's like, "What is this,
Like, y'all ain't even doing nothing.
He
in here
wasn't
for
doing
real.
it right.
bruh?"
He definitely was not doing it right. So I wanted to start it off with the definition of FOMO, just in case there was anybody listening that does not know what FOMO is.
I don't even know what it is.
So according to Google,
Glue, glue, glue.
It's-
Guago, bro. Alright, for sure.
it's anxiety that an exciting or interesting event may currently be happening elsewhere, often aroused by posts seen on social media.
Dun dun dun.
Thank you so much for the amazing sound effects. Spot on.
Yeah.
So me personally, I have went through a lot of FOMO, especially when I started my Christian walk, simply because as you start to come into your own in your relationship with God, and as you start to grow in your Christianity, I guess, you start to learn that there are just some things, some places that you can't go, some things you can no longer do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really hard when a lot of the people that you know or know of are doing those specific things. And because you're trying your best to stay on the straight and narrow, when you look at them doing those things and it's like they're having the time of their lives, and then you over here trying to get your life together, and it seems, in my case, I'd say boring. It's like, I'm really, really missing out on this. And then I've had times where I even not question God, but it was just like, how is it that everybody else is so okay with just sinning, like blatantly sinning, and I just can't do it anymore, and I get upset. It's kind of like when you see your friends playing outside and you be like, "Mommy, can I go outside?" And she say no.
Mm-hmm.
We like, why they get to go outside but I can't go outside?
Boy.
Why do they get to go out and party and get buck wild every weekend
I mean,
and
priorities.
I can't go?
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, I
No,
mean,
maybe you don't know that. Oh, they finished their homework like 2 hours ago, or their parents don't care about their homework and they're
That's-
failing.
that's
That's
true.
it.
That's true.
Yeah.
You don't
Feel
know.
it.
You don't
Yeah,
know
you-
other people's circumstances, and
Yeah.
that's what makes FOMO so annoying to deal with,
And it-
because it's all based off what you see,
Yep.
not what you actually know.
within that window.
Like, you don't know what those people's lives look like outside of that 10-second Instagram clip that you just saw. And this phrase from one of the pastors at our church, Pastor Alex, shout out to you, Pastor Alex. He said in one of his sermons, stop comparing your behind the scenes to people highlight reels, because they're not going to look the same. And you can't compare your journey to someone else's journey, because your day one is not going to look like someone's day 105. You don't know how long that person sacrificed to get where they are. So FOMO isn't just for the things that you can't do no more. FOMO can also be applied to the things that you wish you had and you don't have. And you feel like you're missing out because you don't have that certain thing. And now you see everybody else with it. And because everybody else has it and you haven't gotten it, I'm missing out. And
Yeah.
all of this, it's something that I have struggled through for the majority of my teens and now early 20s. Like, I've been dealing with this stuff for years, and it
FOMO.
sucks.
FOMO could really it could mess with your mind, because you could be trying to go on a straight or narrow. You could be trying to focus on something, and once you look in another direction at someone else, you'd be like, oh, I would like to do that. But then again, you're supposed to be trying to do something else. So it gets confusing like to your mind because like it goes back to our previous episode, looking in someone else's lane rather than just focusing on the road ahead of you, what you're about to do and what you're trying to do, where you're trying to reach. Like in order to try to combat that, you have to set goals, whether it's 5-minute goals, 10-minute goals, an hour goal, like a day goal, a week goal, a month, yeah, so on and so forth. Like 5 years, like it you have to track those because FOMO, like it could really like you would be boxing your brain trying to come back with FOMO for real. Like,
And I think it's especially dangerous for young people. Like you say, it's effect. Like it can really mess with your mind, especially when you're young. Like being a teenager, and like a lot of your life ain't in your control. So
it's definitely not. Like,
exactly. So you seeing all these stuff on Instagram, you looking on Facebook or whatever, and you seeing people living this grandiose life, and you like, wait, why that ain't me? What can I do now at 14 or 15 or whatever when life ain't even really in your hands?
Right.
Like you trying to go above and beyond, and now it increasing your feelings of inadequacy, especially as a teenager. But like how do you get over that? Because you dealing with other stuff. You're already dealing with puberty. Like you
feeling
just
like you're
started
inadequate is
Yeah.
definitely one of
That
the, yeah,
literally-
feeling like you're inadequate. And what's crazy, like what you're saying about in the teen years, that's probably the point in life for all of us where we want the most control and we have the least.
Yep.
facts.
But it's also so funny that you said about in your teen years, because once you start getting into the young adult part of your life, like you still got a lot of energy, and now like you started like getting money as well, and you start getting the freedom for yourself. So now it's like, okay, you're gonna now start putting your energy into places and environments that you shouldn't be doing it for your own self growth and betterment. You know what I mean? So when it comes to FOMO, it really has to do with a lot of self discipline, and even as something as simple as being out with your friends. Like I could be out and I would say, I don't really feel like being here anymore. Like I think I'd want to go home. But what if something crazy happens?
And you miss it.
And I'm exactly. So now it's like, okay, I'm going to stay here where I don't really want to be just in case. When it's like, no, bro, go put your energy elsewhere.
You saying that brings me back, not bring me back, but I mean like it makes me think of the Marvel show, What If? Like we be thinking in our mind that, oh, a million different scenarios about, oh, if I do this or if I do that. Like, bro, you're supposed to be doing something. Just go along to that.
I think
like,
it's Doctor Strange.
yeah, no, but
Not
I mean,
even
that is the
Strange,
case.
like-
No, that is the case. Like, as people, that's what we do. Like, exactly. And what if we thinking like, oh, I could control my universe or my world if I do these specific things. But like, you only have one life. Like, you aren't living in multiple different universes. So there's no reason to just cipher out 5, 10, 100 different scenarios. Like, just do what you came to do. Do what you want to do, what's beneficial for you.
Right.
Like that just pop up in my head. But no, like even though it's a show on a cinematic universe, on not a magazine, a comic, but it's relatable because that's what we as people do. Like I'm sure all of you have thought of 100 different scenarios while I was trying to do something. Be like, oh, if I go with them, they doing this, so this might happen. Oh, if I stay home, I might miss this. Oh, if I stay home as well, my mother might make me do this. Oh, if I don't go and she tell me to do this, then my dad might say blah, blah, blah. Like all these different scenarios running in our mind. But like, bro, all of them can't happen at the same time.
No.
Right.
But I mean, like teens be scheming still too. Like they be trying to, like stuff ain't in their control, so they gotta kind of like think ahead to see if they like try to avoid stuff.
100 different scenarios ahead.
I'm saying, bro.
I mean,
Stop,
if you have a thoughtful, like a really thoughtful, like trying to plan out stuff, like
Yeah.
like an evil genius type of teenager, maybe, yeah. Like
But it's fine to prepare, bro. Just don't overthink
Yeah.
the scenarios that aren't even gonna happen based on your own actions. So, for example, if I want to go out, I'm not gonna think about what if I stay home. I'm gonna just go out and think about what's gonna happen if I go out.
Because that's exactly what FOMO is. We're thinking of things that aren't even happening.
I don't know about that.
That just leads me to the one thing that people need to understand with FOMO. You are not missing anything.
Nothing, bro.
If there was something that was meant for you to have, a place that you were meant to be,
Exactly.
any of that stuff,
Exactly.
you will have it, especially if it is in God's will for your
Exactly.
life.
If
it
God
is
have it for you,
not, then you just gotta suck it up. It's the
Yeah.
best way I could put it, because I feel like you can't control FOMO. When you feel it, that's out of your control.
Yeah, it's
But
a
you could
natural
control,
feeling.
You
But
could
yeah,
control what you do with
Yeah.
that feeling. You could sit
Your
there
action
and just pout
or your reaction.
and watch the snaps or whatever and be pouty about it, which I have done plenty of time. Or you could just put your phone down and go focus on yourself.
And it's funny that you say that it's a natural reaction, because I'm pretty sure we all might have been in a scenario where we wanted something that somebody else has, you know, FOMO.
yeah.
And then we work hard to get it. And then once we get it, it's like,
This wasn't even
Yeah.
that lived for real.
exactly.
Wait, okay.
Yeah, I felt that. And it's so sad that what I felt that towards was sex. Teenager. All my little fast friends doing it. And I did it. And I was like, this is ghetto.
Overhyped.
This overhyped. That's how I feel with a lot of jewelry, a lot of clothes, a lot of everything. Like, there's what about it? What's the hype about it?
The fact that everyone else got it
And now
showing
you
it off.
and now you have it, and you just like, you can't even use like it. There's no purpose for it.
Exactly.
There's no use for it.
The utility is zero.
So it's just like,
You enjoyed the journey more than the
like
destination.
like
having
I
it.
had to
The
ask
the
myself.
enjoyment really is in the journey, though. To be honest,
I mean, like, I
But then
wanted a Tesla for what? What you can do with a Tesla? I don't know nothing. I mean, I know they're great cars, but I actually know absolutely nothing about them.
That's valid.
Besides,
That's valid.
I like how they look.
They're
You
good,
should
they're
want a
good
car.
cars. They
You
aren't
should-
great.
Good for the
You
environment.
should want anything.
Not even
Not
that
even-
great. Because the batteries are.
I mean, the
Any-
production and
Yeah.
all that stuff too.
Anything you want in your
But
life,
we don't wanna- we
you
don't need to
should
get into
know enough
specifics,
about
yeah.
it to want it. If you barely know anything about it, but you just want it because it look a certain way or because everybody else have it, you need to reevaluate yourself. And we
Exactly.
said
It
that
just-
in the last
It just might
episode.
not be a genuine desire.
And it
Exactly. That's
it
what
ain't
it
even
doesn't be.
it ain't even for you anyway.
Like I feel like FOMO developed. Like FOMO was something that's natural in people.
You know,
I
exactly.
feel like
is-
it. Yeah,
is
like
a-
from
it is a
Adam and
natural
Eve
thing.
time. I feel like it was something
Yeah.
like yeah, but like
Facts.
like
Eve didn't want to miss out on the apple.
yeah, like
Oh my
some no,
God.
no
Well,
for
how
real.
we
Like
know it was an apple?
Oh,
It might have
you're
been a
right.
mango.
You're right.
something
The fruit.
something. Yes,
Don't
the fruit.
disrespect mangoes
The
like
fruit.
that.
but seriously, like even from younger, like just developing, seeing a kid with like a Lego set or a Playhouse set or something like that, and
Bro,
you
okay.
thinking like, oh, I don't have this, but if I have this, I'd be the happiest kid in
Bro,
the world.
Remember when
And when
Heelys
you
came
get
out,
it-
bro?
Oh no! I
Was that-
never liked them, bro.
I
never
had
liked them.
Heelys, so
Oh,
I can't really.
Bro,
I
I
never
had
liked them.
Heelys. I definitely.
I can't
had
even
Heelys.
remember. Maybe I had Heelys, but they were nothing. yeah.
I didn't like them.
It
They
was
were
magnetics
nothing.
for me, but
Yeah,
they were lit.
yeah.
They were
And like
lit.
and
Who's
and
that?
then from being a kid to preteen or whatever, and you seeing like, oh, your friends going to the mall, they having like a carpool, like one of the parents or whatever, and you're not going.
Sleepovers.
And you thinking like, oh, if I go with them or if I don't go, I'll be the saddest, worst person in the world.
Unpopular,
yeah,
nobody
or
care
if I
about
go with them,
me.
I'll be the most popular or the happiest person in the world. But like, no,
You know-
you won't.
You know, I just realized something. You know how you tell somebody who's struggling with FOMO?
But
But
People who keep asking you for your food. Yes. People who keep asking you for your food struggle with FOMO. I just realized that.
But what if it's something that they've clearly had before on multiple occasions, but they just want the food?
No, if they just ate and they see something else, that's between FOMO, greed, gluttony, all that
I
good
know, but
stuff.
I feel like people who ask you for your food constantly, they have FOMO, bro. Because it's like
They fear missing out that piece of that steak or
like,
that grilled chicken
you
or
go-
that pizza.
you go to a restaurant, right? The person had the whole menu to choose from. They order their own thing. You order your own thing. And you know what they do?
They wanna
eat their
wanna
thing.
taste it.
And then they look at yours and be like,
How that tastes?
that look pretty good. I don't want to miss out.
Yummy. It's giving
Let me
yum.
get some of that.
I do that. Bro. I'm not gonna even.
I just do that.
If it's
I
somebody
just
I'm
try
cool
to
with.
order something else, something different
Bro.
from Ashland,
So that y'all can go
so
and try it,
we
eat.
could try each other. But then sometimes
I
I,
mean,
get shrimp.
but
you should go to
we
jail.
are
go to jail.
together. We are a couple, and
Right. So-
maybe that's automatically implanted in my head at that point. So,
Oh.
but I mean, like with like a group of people, that's not
Bro,
normal.
let me-
yeah,
let me show you,
They're
bro.
definitely
Like
going through something.
I different on the FOMO thing from y'all because I have not been on social media since I was like 13, 14.
I mean, for people who not on social media, it's still like stuff
No,
you see.
it's
Yeah,
a natural thing
yeah,
to
it's still,
want
it's still stuff
to
you
want
see.
other things. You see somebody having fun, like you could be like, well, that's interesting. I would
Yeah.
like to do that too, but it's not anxiety causing for me like that, or it's not a lot of pressure. Like you see people doing interesting stuff, you want to do that, but now like it's like you bombarded constantly,
Yeah.
and now you always feel like you missing out on something. It's like I don't feel like I always missing out on something, and I think now part of the reason that helped me because it helped me not being on social media through most of high school and stuff, because like I realized like early on people was kind of just on there for validation, looking
Yeah.
trying to show off, and then also trying to see what other people doing, and that wasn't. I wanted a real life. Like I wanted my life in real life to be solid.
That
so
was powerful. I wanted a real life.
so the online stuff is like okay, cool, but this I already feeling negative stuff at a young age. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to
Naturally.
I need to distance myself from this. So I make a Twitter, deactivate it. I made one like grade 8 or something, deactivated. Facebook, you know that Facebook you make when your parents tell you not to make one?
Yes.
Yeah, that one from like grade 6 or
I,
grade
was
5.
I made
high
I made a
five.
Twitter in like grade 11.
Yeah,
Bro, I'm not
Oh,
gonna front. Some
and-
people made a Facebook
and-
just to play Farmville, bro, and then got sucked in, bro.
I'm not gonna lie,
I never
Farmville
used Twitter.
slapped
Well,
so
I maybe
hard,
said
bro.
like something
Yeah.
once or twice when I made it that first time, and that was it. And
yeah, bro.
it was some accusations of the reason why I did it, and I laughed, but like I didn't care to even like stay on it or like
You're
whatever.
nonchalant of kid.
But
like he just don't care.
you
about
you
no-
right though, like, and like say to the teen side, like people, if you don't go with that clique, that group of people when they go into like a party or like an event or something, and you stay home and for your priorities, I'm talking about, not just stay home just because you sad, but like no, for real, because some people like emotions hit people. But if you stay home for certain priorities, you have a test the next day. You have you have a test the next day, or you gotta do homework, study, whatever. Like that's important, because if you go out with them, you're not gonna find like a bag of gold or Lucky Charms or yeah, like $1 million. Like no, for real. Like we be thinking like we're gonna miss the greatest thing ever, but you staying home to study, it's not gonna miss you out on $1 million with those group of people out there.
Because guess what? When you walk across the stage, top of your class, they might not make it there with you. Like,
like
I understand all work and no play, but you have to have balance.
I'm not saying all work.
No,
but
no,
priority
I know.
is-
I just
the
yeah, like,
practice.
do what you have
is-
to
is
do.
necessary. Yeah.
Poor planning. Wait, what is it?
What?
Failure to plan
No,
means planning
no,
to
but
fail.
it's a
Fail.
bunch of please. Piss poor planning.
7 P's.
7 P's.
It's
Poor
7 P's.
planning.
Your school tell you about that?
I never thought.
I can't. Anyway, oh no, it's proper planning prevents
proper
poor
prior-
performance.
Peter Piper picked
Proper
the pepper.
prior planning prevents piss poor performance.
There you go, something like that.
Pepper picked the piper.
But
I don't even know what's going on right now.
another thing with FOMO is it's okay not to be where everybody else is or not to be doing what everybody else is doing, because in the body of Christ, we are called to be set apart. We are called to be different. We're not supposed to be where everybody else is doing what everybody else is doing. It doesn't matter what society says about something. If God calls it a sin, if God tells you not to do it, if you shouldn't be in certain environments doing certain stuff, society could say what they want is still sin.
The greatest punishment for FOMO ever was a certain someone was turned into a pillar of salt.
Yeah, she
yeah?
thought she was
Yes.
missing something.
Oh,
and sis was
yeah.
like,
Lot's wife, everybody.
You said,
Yeah.
what's going on back
So-
there?
Yeah, like
um,
that was the height of FOMO.
like
Death.
you
She chose
swore-
death.
She chose like, and that's what
Death.
that's what we do. All sin leads to death. That's it. So when
Like
we
that-
decide to follow that,
Life or death. you choose death.
You choose to die because
God
you
tell you
back.
don't look.
But I mean, even like
And you look.
even in like a lesser scenario, bro. Like there are scenarios where FOMO will get you hurt, bro.
Yeah.
Because,
like,
for
example,
and
You're not
You
immune.
you know you don't know how to swim, or you know you don't know how to ride a
FOMO.
bike. Why
You
you
know,
do it?
Exactly.
You're definitely right, Trey. FOMO turns you into someone else, not even you. FOMO turns you into someone completely different.
Yeah. I just want to drop some Bible on y'all really quick. So,
Facts.
Cold hard facts.
Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. That's it. That's the word of God. That's Bible. It don't matter what everybody else doing. Don't conform to everything. You cannot, to every believer out there, you cannot do what everybody else is doing and expect to please God.
When,
I don't want to be harsh,
Mm.
but I had to learn that I wouldn't even say God doesn't care about my happiness or our happiness, but he cares more about our eternal life, our holiness, than us doing any and everything to be happy. He cares about you spending eternity with him more than he cares about you going out, running rampant, doing everything he told you not to do because you enjoy it. If God allowed us to do everything we enjoyed, then trying to fight our way to heaven would not be necessary. If that was the case, we could do what we want, abuse grace, and say, God, forgive me, and then just boom.
Tomorrow's out the window.
Because another verse, 1 Peter 2:9, but you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. You getting called out of that life. You getting called out of that environment. Whatever darkness looks like for you, you have been called out of that into his light. You can't go where everybody else want to go. A lot of people despise the desert or the wilderness. That's the best place to be. That is where you are being refined. That's where God is doing a great work in you. So no, you can't go out with Susie to the mall all the time to go look at cute boys. Because you feel like if you don't go, you going to miss finding your future husband.
And you're going to be single for the rest of your life with
Like,
cats.
no,
Or dog.
it don't work like that. And it's like what are you really trying to do? Who are you trying to portray? And that's why now I'm so much more careful about what I post on social media and what I show. Not saying that I trying to do anything behind the scenes. I want what you see on social media, who you see when you meet, they are the same person.
Be you every time. every day, every second.
Okay, most people, their social media life is way different from their real life.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
but-
you looking at they highlight they 15 minutes of fame, and the next 23 hours they miserable.
yeah.
So
Right.
you ain't really missing out on nothing.
Like people not trying to be themselves.
No, they're
Right.
not. They want to show
That's
you the
what it
best
is.
because they
Of
want to be
course.
seen in a good light.
Of course.
Facts.
But like to you, like I said, really want my real life to be like meaningful,
Yeah.
important, and to be like what on social media is like. Yeah, that's you. If that's what you got going on in your real life, great. Most of the time, it's really not. But I'm not missing out on anything because what you doing is not the most important thing to me. Like I say, if we both at the table with our menus, I pick what I was good with, and I didn't want what you had because I was comfortable with what I had.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you could say like, oh, that looked good, but
I
you still
did.
focusing
I
on your
did.
own. You still focusing on your own
And
meal.
when you focus
You're
on
still
your plate
enjoying it.
and they focus on their plate, everybody eats.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Like you can still
Everybody
admire
eats.
something and not have to require
it.
have to acquire
like,
it. Like, yeah, like you don't
okay,
need it.
That's
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
You got the
Filet mignon.
you got the filet mignon, and I get the almond crusted salmon. Like I'm good with that. It's actually super delicious.
Or
Oh.
caviar.
Have you ever tasted it?
Caviar.
Caviar.
Cavi-
Escargot.
It's not. Don't pronounce the T. Escargot is such a delicious appetizer. It's so delicious.
But like for people who like my Christian people and also non-Christian people, because anybody could watch the podcast, but like people who trying to find their way for a biblical standpoint comparison, the Israelites, they had God. They were being fed, like their needs were being provided. But FOMO, watching other nations and other people with their gods, their false gods, it made them want to create other gods to see and get the riches
Wanting to be
and,
like
and
everybody
the
else.
experiences that the other nations had when they had God himself.
Directly.
God himself.
Directly.
It turns you into something completely different. They are supposed to be chosen Christian people, but it turns them into non-believers. I wouldn't say atheists, but like pagans, basically. You go from Christian to pagan because you want to worship false gods.
But you
Like
see,
that's
you see
that's
right?
FOMO.
You
That's
see that,
FOMO.
right? They
Like turning
go
them
in-
into something different.
They going and looking and seeing what these people doing, constantly bombarding themselves with what other people got going on.
Right.
Instead of they, you know what?
Focus on
Focus
What
on
they
what I got going
what's in
on,
front of you.
bro. Like it's not that they just inherently terrible or something or like they always been bad people and they never love God or something. Like you're susceptible to certain things. Like we find what other people are doing as interesting because we can't try everything in one lifetime, right? So you look at other people, what they try, and you kind of like, okay, that's interesting, that's not interesting or whatever. But like at a certain point, oh shoots, I kind of lost my thought.
Get back on the train. Come on.
Okay.
The Israelites. I made a comparison.
Oh, no, I was talking about your susceptibility. Yeah, it's natural for people to be curious because we like interesting things.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Exactly. So it's our nature to be curious and to kind of look at what other people are doing. But there used to be a limit. Now when you open up to the entire world, there's basically no limit. And like you could see somebody's life, like someone, your neighbor or whatever, you get a better picture, you get a better understanding. But on social media, there's no context. You get no understanding. You get what they post and that's it. You shut off. So you're not, like your interest is a highlight reel. And your life is not a highlight reel. Nobody's life is a highlight reel.
Is a life. It's 24 hours, day in and day out. 24 hours, 24/7, 365.
You
Is
sleep
your
for 8
life,
out of those hours.
and that's why FOMO is a joy killer because you don't know how depressed that person is. You don't know if they have anxiety. You don't even know if they have money, if they working. Like me, my FOMO mainly came from seeing other people travel and party and pop bottles and do all of this stuff, right? And I would get upset because I know that I work hard for the money that I make. I know that I go to work every day. If y'all know me, which y'all do, I do not call out for nothing. I don't care how tired I am, what happened the day before. I am clocking in and ain't clocking out until my shift is over.
I like that drive.
And then there are people that I know that either don't work as hard as me, don't work at all, but their life look like a movie, boy. And I would literally get so angry. Like, hair always fixed, nails always done, always dressed nice, always out. And ain't working, barely working, or don't work as hard.
And you don't
And
know
then
how
there
they
is-
get that.
And I don't know, but then there's me working hard. My nails don't be fixed up like that sometimes. Hair a mess. Feel like I look a mess. Not really like doing as much self-care as I should be doing because I prioritize and I budgeting. I taking my nails off for months at a time so I could save that money and put it towards something else. And then you got other people I watching ain't doing none of this, ain't prioritizing, and living their life. And I get angry. I honestly get really angry. I'm like, why can they do this?
And that's the thing. Like,
And I
we
can't.
don't know. We don't know what
Yeah,
they're
you don't know
suffering.
how
we
they
don't
get
know
that.
because
We
they
don't know.
probably ain't even happy anyway.
Yeah, we don't know
bro.
what they're suffering.
People
yeah.
could look like they have the best life ever. Like, y'all realize a lot of the suicides and stuff we've been seeing are from celebrities with money that didn't take the time to make sure their mental health and stuff was in order,
Like-
that didn't manage their money well. And the money and the fame and the traveling and all this was meaningless at the end of the day because it wasn't enough to keep them alive. It wasn't enough.
Exactly. They
So
had
it's
fans
like
and everything too.
Fans and everything, people that loved them, adored
Family.
them, appreciated them, and like they was just like, nah, B, I rather not. So it's just like,
One of my I guess you could say like points or closing points or important points for the people, like for people who are trying to follow God and just get closer to Him, and even for people who are maybe not on their walk as yet.
right,
I would say for people who aren't on their walk, like for my non-Christian people who may be listening or who may stumble upon this, I would say like try to set down points, try to look for a specific view of where you want to see yourself, where the beneficial side, not the, oh, I want to do this side, the part where you think you're going to miss something. No, look for things that will actually benefit you. And for my people who are Christian, like, get closer to God, actually talk to Him and ask Him, like, ask for His covering. Ask for His covering when you are doing every single thing.
right,
Get to Him when you do anything in life. And also when it may seem dark, ask for His light. Ask for Him to shine His light, that flame, like from the Bible when it was the Israelites, right? When they were in the wilderness and they were following the cloud, the covering. Yeah, like
Everywhere the covering go, they go.
by day they had a covering, a cloud, basically a presence from God. And by night, when they couldn't see the cloud, it was a ball of fire. And they followed it and they stayed under it, and it basically showed them where to be, what to do. I mean,
God
not what to
was
do, but
literally
like
like,
where
when
to
I
stay.
move, you move.
Yeah,
And
where
it
to
was
stay
like,
in
just
their
like
life.
that.
And you may not get a physical cloud today, but if you ask for signs and just
Guidance.
guidance from God, just keep asking and He will provide it
He
for
will
you.
show you. You gotta be.
And you just have
listening.
to you just have to quiet your mind down
Exactly.
from all the noise and listen to what He's telling you.
Amen. Good word.
So y'all know, okay, so wouldn't the operative word here for FOMO kind of be like envy?
Yeah, envy, jealousy, all of that would fall under FOMO because
Okay.
all of those
Yeah.
are like side effects.
And
because,
negative side effects.
like I say, seeing all of that, I was dealing with FOMO, but I was jealous and envious of the people that I was looking at that was doing the most. So
I mean, sometimes we feel like since we working hard, we should have more. And people who ain't working as hard should have
Nothing.
less. Yeah, like you can feel that way sometimes. But I think the part where we get drawn away from God is, I think that's the pressure, right? Like, you think the grass is greener on the other side,
But it's
Yeah.
not.
and the grass in your yard is perfectly fine.
Beautiful
You got
grass.
15 trees. You got 3
Your
mango
landscape
trees.
on fleek.
You got 5 dilly tree. You got 1 sugar
10
apple
mango
tree.
trees, some plums, some grape, and all the
That's-
flowers.
Bro,
That's what I was
And you
thinking.
looking at someone dry up green grass with no flowers,
the
no
grass
flowers.
fake.
That's
It's
it.
fake grass,
It
bro.
ain't even real grass. It look good, but it ain't.
And I
even
thought
real
the whole
grass.
time it's like when it boils down to what the basis of it is, bro. I think you just gotta learn to be content.
Yes.
Like, of course, it's okay to be curious. It's okay to be interested in what's around you, bro. But once you're content, you know what you want for yourself. Outside influences isn't affecting what you're doing with your life. So, yeah, that's the base of what I was saying.
so the
Every time
grass.
he drop a good point, he just hit us with the shrug and be like, "Yeah, that's it."
That's you might drop
Take it how you
every
want it.
time. So, like, your grass is perfect, bro. Your yard is fine, and if your yard needs tending to, tend to your yard. Don't try and put a tent in your neighbor's yard. Like, mind your own yard, because it ain't like,
Watch the road.
yeah, like you
Stay
have
on
you
you.
have something to work on, and you could work on that because you yourself are valuable. What people have going on is not more valuable than what you have going on. Like,
Amen.
realize that. Value yourself, value your time, value what you have going on. You ain't missing out on nothing. The party is where you are. That's it.
Make your own party, bro.
And if you ain't satisfied, then you could work on making your own party, but on your genuine desire, not just because you see someone else have it going on,
Yeah.
and you see in their 15-second highlight.
Right.
Like, you good, bro? Calm down. You got it. You right where you need to be. And if you not, then you could work on it. You have something valuable and important to protect. Build that.
That's the word. My main takeaway, my closing remark, my end statement is, you are not missing anything, and anything that is meant for you to have that is inside God's will for your life, you're going to have that. Make sure your life and what you do with that life is in alignment with what God asked you to do, what God wants you to do, and where he wants you to be. That is all that matters. Pleasing God is literally all that matters. Our goal here is to be living sacrifices, holy and pleasing unto him. That is it. That's it. Try not, you can allow yourself to feel those feelings. Don't let them consume you. When you feel the FOMO, pray about it. Take it to God and let him help you heal those areas. Let him help you seek that contentment that you need, so you don't feel like you're missing out sometimes, or even all the time. And when you take a step back from social media and you look at your life, you realize how blessed you are, how covered you are, how loved you are, and how amazing your life is. But you will never see that if all you're doing is pouring into social media. So
will
it's
not.
good to take a step back, delete the apps if you need to, set screen time, downtime, lock yourself out, deactivate the accounts, to step away from it, get away from the noise, reconnect with God, connect with yourself, and then go after what you want, not what anybody else want, not what your mommy want, your daddy want, your auntie want, or not what you see everybody else have. Just go for what you want. Any other closing remarks?
Yes.
Go ahead.
What God got for you is better than what the world have for you.
And that is on, period. Greater is he that is in me than he
That is
that is in the world.
world.
Okay, sound effects manager.
Yeah, that's the explosion because
who
that
s-
was
Who
that
said
was
they was
fire.
closing us
That was
out?
hot.
Was it you?
Yeah.
Thank.
I'll knock it out
okay.
this time. No, once you're done, bro. Go
Yeah,
through.
no, you good. You got it.
But I'm closing out, so
yeah.
you won't get the chance to
No,
say
no.
anything else.
I was gonna close out, but you got it.
No.
Oh,
Ash is gonna close out.
No, but
There you go.
I know. I didn't know he was gonna close
No,
out.
you're gonna close out.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to More Than Conversation. It's your boy Ash. Take it easy.
That's how we. Oh, okay. It's your boy.
MTC on 3. 1,
1,
2, 3.
MTC.
MTC.
Bye, guys.
Bless.